They say loneliness is dangerous. But what if being alone isn't a curse? What if it's your greatest hidden power? Because in a world that never stops talking, silence has become a superpower, and solitude a forgotten art. Think about it. We live in a time where being busy means being important, where you're surrounded by notifications, people, and endless noise. But here's the truth no one talks about. Most people are never really alone. They might be physically by themselves, but mentally they're still scrolling through other people's lives. We've mistaken distraction for connection, and in doing so, we've forgotten how to hear our own voice. Psychologists say your mind has two voices, the one that reacts to the world and the one that truly knows you. But here's the catch. You can't hear the second one if you never slow down. Being alone isn't about isolation. It's about reconnection. It's the moment your thoughts stop echoing everyone else's opinions and finally start sounding like your own. In solitude, the noise fades, and what's left is truth. That's why some of the greatest thinkers, Nietzsche, Emerson, even Buddha, all said the same thing. The soul grows in silence. But here's why most people run from solitude. Because when you're alone, you meet the one person you can't escape, yourself. All the fears you've avoided, the emotions you've buried, the questions you've never wanted to answer, they all surface. And that's what scares people the most. But that's also where transformation begins. Because when you stop running from your pain, you start understanding it. You begin to realize the emotions you feared weren't your enemies. They were messages, signals from the deeper parts of you saying, something needs your attention. There's a story about a monk who sat alone in a cave for years. When people asked him, "Weren't you lonely?" he smiled and said, "I met everyone I'd ever known inside myself." That's the secret. Solitude doesn't separate you from the world. It prepares you to return to it with clarity. Science even backs it up. Studies show that spending time alone, even 15 minutes a day, reduces anxiety, boosts creativity, and strengthens emotional regulation. Why? Because your brain finally gets a break from constant input. It's like closing all the background apps on your phone. Suddenly, everything runs smoother. In solitude, you become aware of your real desires, not what society told you to chase. You rediscover simple joys, a walk, a sunset, a quiet cup of coffee. You begin to realize that peace isn't found in more, it's found in less. The hidden power of being alone is that it gives you perspective. You start to see how much energy you used to waste, trying to be understood, validated, or accepted. But when you sit quietly with yourself long enough, you stop needing the world's approval, because you start approving of yourself. And that's when your confidence shifts. It's no longer about proving anything. It's about being. True confidence doesn't shout. It's quiet. It comes from knowing who you are and no longer needing to explain it. Spiritually, solitude is not emptiness. It's sacred space. It's the silence where your soul speaks. The stillness where the universe whispers. Every spiritual awakening begins here. In moments of stillness where you finally stop seeking outside and start listening within. Because when you connect with yourself deeply, you realize something profound. You were never truly alone. You were just disconnected. Maybe that's why life sometimes pulls people away from you, forces you into seasons of quiet, or makes you sit in your own company longer than you want. It's not punishment. It's preparation. It's life's way of saying, you've been looking everywhere else. Now look within. So if you're in a season of solitude right now, don't rush to fill it. Don't drown it out with noise. Sit with it. Listen to it. Because this is where the version of you you've been searching for is waiting to be found. The hidden power of being alone is realizing that peace was never missing from your life. You just needed quiet enough to feel it. Alone is not empty. Alone is where you remember who you are.